All right, we are live. This is my first live on Substack. And I'm streaming live on Substack, and this will also be posted on my YouTube channel. So if you really want to see more live events, you should subscribe to Substack. Consider visiting me on Substack. Um, the Substack link is davestar.substack.com. You can also search for the Neo-Renaissance Man. I've got a interesting topic that I want to talk about today. As you can see, the title of this video is called The Present Age. The Present Age is actually a book written by Danish philosopher Soren Kierkegaard. And here's what the book looks like. It's a pretty slim book for philosophy. It's pretty amazing how he's packed so much in it. It's packing a punch, probably like a Mike Tyson punch, like a knockout. And it's sort of like part of the series of, like other books by other philosophers, but it's like the one that I picked up is The Present Age from Tattered Cover in Denver. Now, Soren Kierkegaard, a little bit about him. He is the father of existentialism. He was a dandy. He was kind of like wandering the streets of Amsterdam, writing books, and he sort of had a failed love affair with Regina Olsen. But anyhow, he died sort of at the age of 47, maybe. Uh, back in the day, they didn't live long. But I think he wrote this book towards the end of his writing career, maybe like 44 or 45. And it's got a preface written by the translator of Nietzsche's works, Walter Kaufmann. Anyhow, so that's about Soren Kierkegaard and this book that we are covering here. And I also want to tell you a little bit about what I'm trying to do with this book. I think you'll find this interesting. And if you follow, you will get the most of it because we're going to read through this book. Here's what this book is about. At the back, it says, a revolutionary age is an age of action. Ours is the age of advertisement and publicity. Nothing ever happens, but there is immediate publicity everywhere. This is actually written by Soren. You might think like, oh, is this some sort of a modern writing? Because it sounds very relevant to the age that we live in. But that is verbatim Soren saying that back in his times. So I want to read a little bit about Walter Kaufmann's from Walter Kaufmann's preface. Let me see. I highlighted one line that will sort of capture what this book is about. Walter Kaufmann says, and actually he's quoting Soren here, what our age lacks is not reflection, but passion. So that's what he is saying, Soren is saying, and Walter is kind of picking up from there. And that's kind of the essence of this book. What I find interesting in this book, regardless of Walter Kaufmann or Soren, is, and now I'm trying to see how it's relevant to the time that we live in, is here's what I like about from this book, right? We live in an age where we watch multiple podcasts. We consume so much content all the time. We want to improve. I call this a reflection or kind of like gaining knowledge. We want to acquire knowledge. We want to acquire information, the latest morning routine. What do the billionaires do? How do we stop aging? How can we look better? how can we perform better? How can we be more productive? How can we squeeze more juice from the day? That's what we sort of constantly consume. So we value intelligence a lot. And actually, it's interesting that in the age of AI, that intelligence that we value so much is what is getting commoditized. So we the reason I like this book is it sort of shows, throws light on the fact that we value reflection more than action. If you notice, we hear a podcast, we hear a morning routine, and we feel like we've already done it. Like, oh, I know this. And when was the last time you followed a podcast and you took one small piece and you acted on it and repeated it every day? When was the last time you did something like that? And that includes me. I used to be a victim of the same thing. So that's what I mean by the value reflection more than action. The second thing that I found in this book that is very interesting is one of the greatest booksellers of our times is Ryan Holiday. So he is popularizing Stoicism. We value Stoicism more than passion. If anybody speaks a little bit with passion, let's say their voice goes up and down, we kind of look at them as awkward, cringe, whatever it might be, like creepy. Why is that person kind of acting like a madman? We want somebody to be even keel, just kind of boring as fuck. That's literally what the stoic mentality is leading all of us into. So again, this book is going to talk and attack that stoicism in all of us, that lack of passion, that lack of sort of, why do we lack that passion is what this book is trying to get at. And that's what I like about this book. Okay, here's what I want to do with this book. What I want to do is it's about like 90 pages. So I've sort of divided this book 90 divided by 3. So that's about 30, so 30 days of work. So I'm going to read 3 pages every day, and I am going to write. Now it won't be daily. It won't be like 30 days in sequence, but I want to read 3 pages and I want to write about what is striking in those 3 pages to me. And I'm not going to break down what Soren is saying. That's not the intent of what I'm writing. What I'm writing is I want to bring Soren's philosophy into this present age and unleash the provocations that he is doing in his book. So his book is a very provocative book for his times. And he is in fact attacking the philosopher of his day, Hegel, the German philosopher Hegel, because Hegel created this big, beautiful systems. He was sort of like called an armchair philosopher. He was kind of trying to say this world is kind of coming to an end towards freedom. Anyway, we'll get into Hegel another time. Um, Great philosopher. But he is attacking Hegel's systematic thinking or, like thinking in systems. And that's what he's saying leads to more passionless, actionless intelligence and reflection. That's what he's attacking. And this book is very problematic for his times. What I want to do is extract the meaning of those provocations and unleash that for our times. So that's kind of how I'm thinking about writing, what is inspiring to me personally. And I'm only, for the 3 pages that I read in a day, I'm only going to write 2 pages in this small notebook. You guys can see the size of this notebook compared to this. Um, in this small notebook, I'm going to write one, page two, and I'm going to transcribe that and then post it on my Substack. And I will also post what inspired me to write those pages. So again, I'm not going to transcribe the entire 3 pages. I'm not going to break down those 3 pages, but I'm going to interpret what I read in my own terms and filter that through my lens of our time and unleash Soren to our times. You'll get a sense of it when you read my posts. I've already read 9 pages, so I've got 3 posts that are ready to be posted, which you will see when you subscribe to my Substack. So I hope you will join me on this journey. This will not be a daily post. This will be a post, I'm thinking maybe 1 or 2 or 3 times a week. So again, it'll be all writing posts. It will not be video. It will not be like transcribing Soren's book itself. But you will see that it's my writing and my extractions of Soren's philosophies and kind of bringing that to our present age and shedding light on what is happening in our present age and how this book remains relevant to us in this present age, in this age of AI. I hope you will join me, and thank you for listening to this live podcast or live stream on Substack. Hope you'll like and follow us. Thanks for joining.